Hello patrons, it's Ryan from Knights Around a Table. Here are your time travel assignments.
But before we begin, if you don't already support Knights Around a Table on Patreon, you may feel a twinge of jealousy watching this video because you will not receive your time travel assignment. But that's easily rectified. Head over to patreon.com/knightsaroundatable and toss me a few bucks so that you won't miss out on another backer thanks video in the future.
Okay, as you know, we made a time machine thanks in large part to your contributions on Patreon. Thank you very much. Everybody who's a patron at this point in the game gets one free ride in the time machine. And it's all going to be significant stuff too. Like, we're not going to go wasting nuggets of absurdium on time travel joyrides, all right? So I'm going to read your name and I'm going to give you your time travel assignment. You know what? I just want to say, like, before we kick this whole thing off, that I've really tried to come up with creative and interesting uses for a time machine. Like, you're not all going to get like the assignment, like, go back in time and kill Hitler. So kicking it off, starting with Don Clemson, I want you to go back in time and kill Hitler. I know what I said. It's just he's bad news and something's got to be done about him, all right? Andreas, I want you to go back in time and just buy like different lottery tickets, you know, just grab them for, but, you know, visit a couple different countries and just get a bunch of lottery tickets, find out what the winning numbers are, you know, back in, I don't know, 1978 or whatever, and then bring those back here. I don't know if that's how it works. But Poppy, I need you to go back in time because Cheryl and I were just having a conversation the other night. It was an argument, really, and she said that I said one thing, and I said, no, I never would have said that. You're getting me all wrong. And it just turned into this huge blow up. So I want you to go back in time to when we had that conversation and just get proof that I said what I said in that conversation. Bradley Topol, I need you to go back in time and set up a shadow government. Too often I find myself wanting to make decisions with like a big impact, and I'll be like, oh, I'll just get the shadow government to do it. And then I realize that I don't actually have, I don't control a shadow government. So if you could just take it back and set that out, that'd be great. Kelly W. So Wouter? Is it Wooters? Woders. Could be Woders. I want you to go back in time and teach past me how to pronounce your name. So I get it right for this video, because, you know, I don't like mispronouncing things. Omelet, I need you to go back in time and kill Don Clemson. So the situation is he went back to kill Hitler and he couldn't seal the deal. I don't know. Babies are too cute or something. And so he's befriended baby Hitler, and he's carrying him around in a little, like one of those baby, like a backpack for carrying. It's like a Luke Skywalker and Yoda situation. So that can't end well. I need you to go end it, not well. Jean Phi or Jean Phi? I don't know how to say that. I need you to also go back and teach me how to pronounce your name. And like, while we're on a whole pronunciation kick, I need you to talk to a bunch of different board game creators and talk them out of naming their games things that we don't know how to pronounce. Like, go back to the creators of Teotihuacan, Troyes. I need you to talk to the Aeon's End people, Zaya, is that Shia, Zia? Nobody knows. And just convince them to pick like any other name for those games. When you're back in time, do not run into Kelly W. Whatever you do, that's going to be like a whole, because Kelly W is doing the whole pronunciation thing too, and if you're both in the same place at the same time, it'll be like one of those riffs. We can't have it. Gary Baldwin, when Poppy comes back from auditing that argument, I'm worried that she'll find out that I didn't actually say the thing that I said I did back in time. So I need you to go back and convince me to actually say the thing in that discussion, so that when we have that argument, I'll come out on top. Board Tina, I feel bad because during a recent stream, when you resubscribed, I called you Beard Tina. It's just that the text is on the monitor, it's a little small and it was hard to read. So that's pretty embarrassing. I feel bad about that. I just put the thought in my mind, I want you to go back and correct a series of other embarrassing things that have happened to me throughout my lifetime, just so that they don't haunt me at night when I'm trying to sleep. So like the embarrassing mistakes I've made through my life, they're pretty obvious. You don't have to do a whole lot of research to find them, but particularly if you go handle the thing with junior high with the tighty whities, you know what I'm talking about. Varys, I need you to go back to the 1950s and stop the Ghost Monkey Protocol. Peter Ogden. Oh, that's weird. I've been doing this whole video this entire time and I haven't actually heard the horrible howls of the ghost monkeys. So I was going to have you go back and do something else Ghost Monkey Protocol related, but it sounds like it's been fixed. So you can just take the day off. Go wherever you like. Be a time travel tourist. That's totally cool. That's on me. Chris Hamilton, in 1912, garment designer Horatio Nerbling made underpants that we now call tighty whities with like a flap in them, like a hole, kind of like a flap, and a flap goes behind it. And what he didn't predict was that adolescent boys in junior high, when they get frequently and ragingly aroused, and when they might not want to, and that hole facilitates sort of uncomfortable and embarrassing slippage, like a little peekaboo situation, and it's mortifying, really. So I need you to go back in time and kill garment designer Horatio Nerbling. Jeremy Miner, I need you to go back in time and give some guns to dinosaurs. I think it's a pretty harmless move because we know that there's being a comet, they'll be extinct and everything. So I just think it'd just be really cool. We need to modify them so that the ones with the tiny arms can still operate them. Jack Balligod, I need you to go back in time and fix a clerical error. What actually happened was that when Don Clemson went back in time to kill baby Hitler, he actually found baby Hitler, that's Hitler with two H's, like the first H is silent. So if you just get that cleared up, hopefully Don will locate the correct Hitler. Moving on to the Meeple tier of the Patreon account. Many of the Meeple tier patrons will be led by, he's our monarch. DM Explains is our monarch, and the people I just mentioned are at the Medici level of support. So, our one and only monarch, DM Explains. Listen, I need you to organize a heist, DM Explains. I need you to go back in time and locate and secure the Constitution of the United States of America and rewrite it, make a little edit so that dinosaurs are expressly forbidden from gaining the right to bear arms. Because I know they're all dead, but back when they were practicing with the modified equipment, they got to be pretty good shots. So if in the future, this is like a preemptive, like a protective thing, if we ever get into a Jurassic Park situation, I just don't want the law to be on their side. Richard McBain, Selma Kazar, and Steve Schlepphorst, they're going to be your explosive experts. In case anything needs exploding. You're probably not going to need any exploding stuff, but that's why these three are your explosive experts. Michael Backes, Tegan Hitta, and Tolkien Fan Forever, those are going to be your dive team. the mission is entirely landlocked, so they're not going to have anything to do either. But, you know, it's good to have them handy. Those wetsuits are hot, so just make sure they stay hydrated. Mike Joyce, Tim Stevens, and Velena Lyris, they're all language experts for your mission. Everybody you're going to have to talk to on the mission speaks English, and so do these three. But it's like it's like an old-timey English. And I have to say, there's still a lot of noticeably residual English accents among those founding fathers. But anyway, those three people will help you navigate the these and the thous, and the yees and the yos. I want you to take Paul Spo on the mission. Take Paul Spo, take Thomas Carlson, take Zach Santinello. These three are going to be your masters of disguise. Trouble is our disguise budget, not so hot. We only have stuff kicking around from that Halloween store that opens once a year. So that means Paul Spo is going to be dressed as a robot. Thomas is going to be a Dracula, and Zach is going to be dressed as a sexy IRS agent. When you do find the Constitution and you need to change it and make that edit, Max Wojirin bills himself as like a handwriting analysis expert, kind of like a forgery kind of guy, which is why you're going to need Mason Coltrane, because Max's thing is kind of... it's not great at it. And then you're going to want to post Mathieu Richer by the door. I'm not sure if that's Richer or Richer, so it could be a double agent. You just don't know. I want you to take Kim Brandes with you too, because that last name could be Brandes, it could be Brands. So like, you know, Kim should be able to give you perspective on what Mathieu is planning. And then while all this is going on, DJ Mark V is going to be off in the corner spinning some sick beats just to make the whole thing like really cool and exciting, like all heisty. But he's going to be doing it on like old-timey period equipment, like phonographs. Marlo Ekberg, phonographs aren't going to be invented until 1877, so I need you to go back in time and implant the idea for one enterprising person so that they can create phonographs by the time that the heist happens, so that DJ Mach V will actually have something to spin discs on. Ivy, I need you to kill Hitler. Not single H Hitler, the Holocaust guy. I'm talking about double H Hitler, the one that Don absconded with when he was a baby. I don't know what those two are up to, but I don't like it. Don was last seen riding a BMX bike with toddler double H Hitler in the front basket, like some sort of ET situation. Adriani Rebo, I need you to go back in time and kill Hitler. Not baby Hitler, obviously that's not going to work. I need you to find like teenage Hitler. You know, when he's like a smart mouth adolescent who thinks he knows everything and you just want to smack him around. Frank Judnick, I need you to go back in time and make sure that your parents fall in love with each other and that you help your father stand up to the school bully. I know it's not original. Have you seen how long this list of names is? Ben Anderson, I need you to go round up a bunch of historical figures so that you can pass your high school history test. Ed O'Brien, you're going to need to go back to 1969 and stalk Dr. Evil, who's stolen your mojo. And Dave Beck, I need you to become some sort of time cop. Julia Gallagher, during the late 90s, there was a ban on saturated fats, which made a bunch of fast food taste a whole lot worse. So I just want you to go back and score some KFC. Eat it together. That'd be pretty good, right? Beck Brace did, it's like a similar thing. So every candy that's banana flavored now is apparently the flavor is based on like an extinct form of banana that doesn't exist anymore. I want you to go back in time because I'd just really like to try one of those bananas. Homunculite Sue, go back to when I thought this video was going to be a good idea and talk me out of it. I don't know. Hecken Coker, go back and bust Adriani Rebo out of prison. Apparently they locked him up for slapping around a smart-mouthed teenage Hitler. And here's the thing. It wasn't even the right Hitler. It was double H Hitler. I don't know how that even... I guess Don was in the bathroom or something. Oh. Dave Owapta, I need you to go back in time and maim Hitler. Like, if we can't get the job done right, just go back and just incapacitate him. I don't know your penchant for cruelty, whether you want to leave the guy crippled. I mean, that sounds harsh. Like, I don't even know if I could do that. Just, at the very least, just go back and give Hitler a really hard noogie. Daniel Herms, I need you to go back in time and become your own grandpa. Not trying to accomplish anything with that. I thought it'd be really cool to just see what happens. Jeff Lakatos, in 2004, I proposed to my girlfriend of 6 years, named Cheryl, and I've been married to her for 20 years, and we have 2 children together. I need you to go back in time and give me one of these, because that was a really good idea. August Surulovic. Diem explains that his crack team of agents have succeeded in ensuring that dinosaurs do not have the right to bear arms, which has reduced the number of dinosaur school shootings, thankfully, to 0. The number started at 0, but it's still whatever. It's still 0. There's no dinosaur school shootings, which is great. I was going to send you back in time and ensure that dinosaurs are never given the right to an education, so that there would never be any dinosaur schools. But it seems a bit preemptive and harsh. Hubert Cadbury, I want you to go back in time about 3 million years and ensure that a certain Homo sapiens couple never gets together, so that the gene that causes forearm nipples doesn't even... Oh! Look at that! No forearm nipples. Good job, Hubert. Elias Snow Coppola. In 1991, filmmaker George Lucas began pre-production work on a series of films that would come to be known as the prequels to Star Wars, beginning with The Phantom Menace. I think you know what I'm asking you to do. Ben S., we've all been talking, and we think you'd look a lot better with a mustache, but like right now, so go back in time 2 weeks and get on that. Derek and Emily, perhaps 2 will succeed where 1 has consistently failed. I want you to go back in time and kill Hitler. Now, to be clear, it's going to be double H Hitler, who, while not nearly the menace that single H Hitler has been, single H Hitler was responsible for the deaths of over 6 million people, and he started World War II, but double H Hitler, not a nice guy. Like, I list here, he is double H Hitler, doesn't put a shopping cart back, he litters, he sabotages molasses cisterns, he subscribes to a lot of insane conspiracy theories like flat earth, like time travel, and then when you try to change his mind, change his worldview, he goes, oh, maybe you should do your research. So that guy can go. He's an old man at this point, and we're trying to monitor his movements. Last time we saw him, he was being driven around in a town car by his chauffeur, Don Clemson, in a sort of like a driving Miss Daisy kind of situation. And finally, at the bottom of this list are what I call the great unwashed, who are certainly supporting me with the least amount of money per month, but I never want to give the impression that they're somehow forgotten about, or that they're going to get less interesting assignments, or that they're going to be just, relegated to the dustbin. Forget that. All of my patrons are extremely important to me, and I want to make sure that, I give them the thanks and respect that they're all due. So on January 5th, 1919, a very serious event transpired that we now know as the Boston Molasses disaster. That's when there was a cistern or a container full of about 2.3 million gallons of molasses, and the heat was so extreme that day that the container burst, and these 2.3 million gallons of molasses just flooded the streets of Boston. It was a horrible tragedy. 21 died and 150 people were injured. Alex Goodman, Fernando Berdichevsky, Jacob Hawk, and Nenny Blylevin, you're going to form Response Team Alpha. What I want you to do is go back in time, just before the Boston Molasses disaster happens, I want you to find the cistern, and I want you to link hands and form sort of like a shield, like a human shield, like a barrier around the cistern. Hold hands or link arms and prevent the cistern from exploding and stop this terrible incident from ever occurring. Pika, Daniel Potter, Gregan Flood, Jacob Thomas, and Spencer Capier. You're going to be response team beta. Now, unfortunately, response team alpha didn't make it. All of them died in the Boston Molasses disaster. But I have faith in you succeeding. You're going to go back to just before the Boston Molasses is after. No, how does that work? Yeah, go back to when they're linking arms around the cistern and link arms with them. But this time, I think, like, if you lock legs, that'll create like a more like a firmer kind of barrier. Like you're not going to blow apart or anything. So do that, and we can stop this terrible tragedy from ever occurring. Oliver Kinna, Richard Lalonde, Stacy Everdell, and Eliza Navish, you're going to form response team Omega. Sadly, response teams Alpha and Beta were all killed in the Boston Molasses disaster of 1919. Like, I know this is a big ask, but there's an element we're missing. Like the arms, everyone's got the leg, the whole thing. You got to keep your head. Like don't have it up. Don't have your heads up when you're around the thing. Put them all down. Put them all down. There should be enough of you linked together. There's more now, so just put your heads down. Everything will be fine, and you will stop the Boston Molasses disaster of 1919. Finally, Jack Dempsey, Jennifer Liu, P. Kellick Waddle, Rado, and Trevor Allaby. You're going to comprise what I call Response Team Omega B. The happy situation is that by now there are enough corpses from the previous response teams that you should be able to just sort of pile them up, shore them up, and create like a breakwater to prevent the molasses from spreading any farther in the city. Thank you, response teams Alpha, Beta, and Omega, for your noble sacrifice. Okay, I think that's everybody. Now, good luck out there. Remember, if you take the time machine back and everybody just does their job properly, i.e. killing Double H Hitler, maybe we won't have to deal with things like the Boston Molasses disaster of 1919. Thank you for your support. Did you just watch that whole thing? Oh, hey, to 100% this video, click the badge to subscribe, and then click the bell to get notifications when I've got new stuff.